Aloha, everybody. Welcome to Facebook Live with Mel Rapozo. Today is Wednesday, July 31st, the end of the month. Again, hey, Brian. Aloha, all the way from the Big Island. Uh, Kayla, the princess, and Mahina, and Wayne, and Julie, and Jade. Oh, great, 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 great. Looks like we're going to get a good crowd today. Rowena, Larry, aloha, you guys. Leona, Clayton, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us again on Wednesday, as we do every Wednesday, 5:30 to 6:30. Get a 1 hour to chat and spend time with all of you, and I appreciate you guys joining in. Sorry for the messed up shirt here. Trying to look presentable. My wife says I got to dress up when I do my Facebook Live, so she's right. Charlie Ona, bruh, you are a true inspiration, bro. I'm waiting for your cookbook. 33 pounds. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations, man. Love you, brother. Lionel, Thomas, Sherman, aloha. Kaleo Perez, David, Kahelani, Jason, Carlos, aloha, you guys. We'll just hang out a little bit as everybody joins on. I got a few things to discuss today. Kenny, aloha, you guys. Again, this is Facebook Live with Mel Rapozo every Wednesday, 5:30 to 6:30. And on my YouTube channel, Mel Rapozo. If you want to catch up on some old Facebook Lives, it's all on there, and great entertainment. Paul, L, Roslyn, aloha, you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. But I tell you, I got an awesome crew every Wednesday, and appreciate you guys so much. And Senator Kanuha, aloha, my friend, and thank you again for joining us. I love when politicians join us, because they're a resource. They're a resource that can help contribute. If you guys got questions, Drew is a senator out there in the Big Island, a dear friend of mine, and I appreciate Robert Ford, former colleague, all the way from, I forget where you at, Bobby. Where are you at? Washington or Seattle? I can't remember. Roger, aloha. Yeah, you're welcome, Charlie. Great haircut. I had that today. Ikeda Barbershop, cannot go wrong. I've been going to Ikeda from baby time. I love barbershops. I'm not into the salons where they wash and dry and gel. I'm not into that, Ikeda, the best place in town, really. And I've been around forever. I think they cut my grandpa's hair, my dad's hair, my hair. I don't think they touched my son's hair. He was into salons. So, but anyway, thank you very much. I told him, give him a little short. I don't know what it is. Oh, St. Louis, Bobby Ford. St. Louis, Missouri. Holy crap, that's far. Well, thank you, Bobby. Thank you for joining us. Terrence, aloha. Always a pleasure to have you on, and Karen as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Betty, aloha, you guys. Thank you. If you guys want to chat on a specific topic, throw me in a message box, and I'll try to answer any questions or comment on any issue that you may have. Just the disclaimer up front is I apologize up front if I offend anybody, but that's not the intent. The intent is really to have a discussion, just to share ideas and thoughts about what's going on here on Kauai and in the state, and at times throughout the country. So I know lots going on, lot of things going on, and apologize for the lighting, but again, I want to make sure that we don't get internet issues. Chief Kilipaki, aloha, thank you. But we get some heavy hitters on this Facebook Live today. Hi, Betty. So I always appreciate you guys. I know I say that plenty times because I mean it. Ivan, aloha, brother. Thanks for joining us. Nice haircut. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I know it's a little short. It's a little short. It's really weird. As I get older, the hair it grows faster, which is a good thing. Hey, Jay, aloha, brother. Jenny, the tiger, aloha, Jenny and Eric. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, thank you. Mark Marshall, oh gosh, a blast from the past. Mark Marshall, former civil defense administrator. I bet you're happy you're not in that office right now with two storms coming our way. Michelle, Randy, Sonny, aloha, you guys. Awesome, awesome, boy. We piling them up early today, guys. Thank you. I got to tell you, we get a lot of views. We get over 1,000 views a week. Back to the GI cut. Absolutely, man. I actually kind of like it. Low maintenance, wash and wear. No need brush. Kalavaya, aloha, Kalavaya. Gosh, we get some good friends on this call today or on this session today. And again, thank you. Hey, Michelle, long time no see. I don't see you anymore. You stay with the on a different shift, but nice to see you on this Facebook Live. So anyway, I'm waiting for Betos. I don't know where Betos is. He's usually on early. I didn't see him pop up. He might be already on. Let me double check here. Oh, I don't see him on. I know he was cooking all day. I saw, this guy, he cooks high speed, low drag. Absolutely, man. I love it. Roland, thank you for joining us. Hey, JJ Prige. Hoku. Gosh, unbelievable. The Rice Street project does not seem like it's going to curb the congestion. Are we just to avoid the area altogether so there is no congestion? Mel, the second scale is up and running. Oh, man, I was going to wait for Betos to say that. But, yes, the scale is working. Aloha. Thanks for the info, Randy. I was waiting for Betos to come on so I could let him know. He's aware of it. He went down to double-check it, to verify it. So, finally, the scale is working. Years. But it is working. Mahalos to Public Works, Solid Waste for finally getting that done. And I mean that, I had sent numerous memos while I was on the county council, and they could never get it done, but they got it done. Ayo, Thomas Sherman, aloha. Thank you very much for that. But getting back to the Rice Street project, yeah, it's not. I mean, people are complaining right now because of the construction. And I know we've covered this, but the construction right now has converted the normal 3 lanes of traffic to 2 lanes. And that's what it's going to be. Houston, Texas. Right on, Roland. All the way from Houston, and you know about the scales. Ha! Hey, sorry, aloha. So anyway, yeah, so what's going to happen is right now we have 4 lanes, which is truly a 3-lane road. We got 2 lanes going one way, 1 the other way. Good to see you too, Mark. Good to see you. Hey, my sister Sandy. Aloha. Thank you, Sandy. Love you, girl. Anyway, what's going to happen is from a 4-lane, which is truly a 3-lane, is going to go to a 2-lane because the 3rd lane will be a turn lane only. So, Charlie, I've said this numerous times, even while I was on the council, when I voted against that project, it's not going to help. Hey, Patrice, aloha. It's not going to do anything for congestion. It's going to make it worse. We know that. So when you look at the objective of the project, it's not a traffic grant. The Tiger grant was not a traffic grant. It's an economic development grant. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Debbie? Nice to see you. The idea was to create an environment that would invite or incite businesses to come back to Rice Street. And the thought was that we would create this walking, biking community. And we would have a lot of foot traffic for these small shops, like they have in Oregon and Seattle and a lot of the smaller counties up in the mainland. That was the intent. But we all know Rice Street is a thoroughfare. It's a main thoroughfare to get to Kamuli Highway if you're in Lihue, or even to get back on Kuhio, the old Kuhio, the McDonald's Kuhio. So when we remove that extra lane and you're going to have only 2 lanes, it is going to be a problem. And the 3rd lane, which is the turn lane, will only be used for people turning. The problem is the majority of vehicles on Rice Street isn't turning. It's not turning. So that lane is going to be empty, and the traffic is going to build up on the remaining 2 lanes. Aloha, Dara and Reen. Thank you for joining us. So yes, Charlie, and then they're creating a mess on AIVA, which is the road between the county council building and the old Big Save. I went there today. By the way, I had my auditor's interview today at 4 o'clock, and that's when I realized they closed off AIVA. I couldn't get into the council parking lot. I had to go back on Umi, turn on the one-way road into by the elections office. But that's what's going to happen. So yeah, it's not going to improve traffic. And that was not the intent of the grant. So just so that you understand, how is it possible if that church on Rice Street across from the gas station, how are they allowed to close off the street in front of them? Yeah, I mean, I would assume that the businesses that are there right now are struggling. I'm sure they're losing a lot of business Hey, Daniel, Bethany, and Skyla, aloha, aloha. Um, so yeah, so again, you got to remember what the function or what the purpose of that grant was. It was in economic development. Their idea was that build it and they will come if you improve that. Hey, right on, Senator. Safe travels, buddy. We need to talk, buddy. We need to talk and be safe up there in the Big Island. And the storm's coming your way, so stay safe, stay dry. Chanel, Kaimana, Noel, Alfred, Marlene, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't believe that it's going to create an inviting environment for businesses because traffic is going to be a problem. And I don't believe that people are going to put their cars in a garage and get on a bicycle or walk on Rice Street. Trust me, I'm not trying to be a negative person, but I'm just a realist. If you all know me, you know that I'm a realist. And so that's, I think, is going to be a problem. And what we're going to have is a very nice looking Rice Street with a lot of traffic congestion and businesses not moving in. That's just my prediction. And again, I hope I am wrong. Laurie, aloha. Andrew, oh, long time no see. Awesome to see old friends here. We live on the same island and we never get to see each other except on social media. So thank you guys all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Charlie, I hope I answered your question. I think what you said, are we just to avoid the area altogether so there is no congestion? Like I avoid Wumi Street because of that roundabout. I will avoid Rice Street as well, which means I'm not going to visit the businesses on Rice Street, whatever's there. And it's going to create a big problem. I have my credit union that's off of Rice Street. There's restaurants on Rice Street that's I think going to lose business because people are going to avoid it. They're going to hit Aokini Road and they're going to turn left on the old Kuhio and head to Kamuli. That's what I think will happen. That's what I'm going to do. Like how I avoid Umi, I use Pu'aole now, which is irritating the residents of Pu'aole because their traffic has increased because of the Hardy Street improvements. So hopefully I'm wrong. Thank you. And as you know, I used to do traffic studies for Maui. This makes me scratch my head and I'm trying to look in the positives and everything, but I don't see it. Hey, Gary, Brian, and Nettie, Auntie Nettie. Tom, my pops from Seattle, a regular visitor here on Facebook Live. Myra, aloha, Myra. Patsy just joined only now. Of course, because she's right here. She can hear everything I'm saying. Penny, my garden is growing, Penny. You were the inspiration. Yeah, Carol and Miley. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So, I'm trying to think of the positives too. And I guess I just, because I, like you, Charlie, been around a long time, dealt with traffic, dealt with congestion, dealt with, in my case, many county issues for a long time. I'm just stating my opinion. And if I offend anybody, like I said early on, I apologize up front. But that's, I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping that I'm wrong. Katie, Wendis, Mel, you look handsome with that haircut. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. Thank you. Well, I ain't entering no pageant, so we're here to do some business. So anyway, I just want to say thank you all for joining us again on Wednesday, Facebook Live with Mel Rapozo. And we're here every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6:30 and on my YouTube channel, Mel Rapozo. Make sure you stop by, subscribe, hit the little notification bell, and then you get notified every time we post a new video up there. All right. So I did want to start off by saying that the skills were fixed. Bitos, he's not on today. I'm kind of surprised. Wendis and Amy, aloha, aloha, aloha. And if I miss any of you guys, I apologize because this thing scrolls pretty quickly. And when I look away from the camera, that's because I'm looking at the comments and I'm trying to read and speak at the same time. So anyway, man, did you see Facebook Live yesterday with the chief, the new police chief? I was so flattered. Hey, Colleen and Belinda, he opened up his Facebook Live and he says, I'm still learning how to do this. I didn't realize I hit the start button, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to have to get some pointers from Mel Rapozo because he does his Facebook Lives well. I was so flattered. Thank you, Chief. I'm sure you'll be on I'm sure you watch this later, but thank you, Chief. And I do have you on my little list here of things to talk about a little later on. But for right now, I wanted to touch on the scales at the landfill are fixed finally. And when Beatles comes on, if all of you guys can remember, when Beatles comes on, I'm going to say, hey, Beatles, and then everybody post, the scales are fixed, the scales are fixed, the scales are fixed, just for Beatles, because that's his question every single week. Lemomi, Council Member Val Souza Poindexter. Aloha, Val. Hope all is well. Long time no see. I miss you guys so much. I miss the times we spent together. I miss the pranks we play on each other. And I hope you're doing fine on the Big Island. And, be safe up there. We know we got some storms hitting your way. Looks like Eric, and we'll talk about that a little later too. But Flossie is a little scary right now. So you guys be safe up there on the Big Island. And thank you for your service. Judy Vegas, thank you for joining us today. All right. So like I said, I had my auditor interview today, the county auditor. I was very happy that it's a pretty controversial appointment. And, we've talked about it a little bit. Hey, Dave and Dennis, Jeanette, how are you guys? So I had my interview, still in the running. Keep your fingers crossed, say a prayer, and reach out to your council members that you know and let them know that you support my appointment to the auditor position. I want to continue to serve in that capacity. So anyway, that's pretty exciting, and I had a good time. I thought it went well. Christy, aloha, Mark. Not sure if my connection, but keeps freezing. Is anyone getting problems with the connection? I'm gonna just wait for you guys to respond. Is everybody, if you're seeing and hearing me okay, please type a 1 in the comment. If all of you guys are hearing me and seeing me okay, please put a 1 in the comment box. I don't want to continue if we're freezing up. Good, good, good. Everybody's saying good. Perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Okay. Sandy, check your connection. Try exit and turn them back on, and hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. Oh, good. I love the hearts and the thumbs up. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. All right. What else? What else? Real quick. Oh, jeez. New comments. I'm missing some comments. Okay, everybody. Lola, Chris. Aloha, you guys. Aloha, you guys. Okay, no problems here. And you're in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're good in St. Louis, Missouri, then I would assume everybody is good here. Palinapa. Thank you, thank you. Okay, everybody got the ones. Awesome. Sending Pule. If anyone deserves that position, it's you. Thank you, Chanel. I just want to serve. I just want to. I believe I am good for the job. I believe that I bring a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, a lot of passion, and a pure commitment to this county. And if I hope that I have proven that in my career here on Kauai. So anyway, Cindy, aloha. Good luck. Thank you, Christy. John Baroni from San Diego. Aloha, aloha. Started coaching again, Mighty Mites at Lihui Pop Warner. I'm going to put that plug in because we're looking for kids. So if you guys have kids anywhere from the ages of 6, we have a flag program. We have Mighty Mite. We got Pee Wee, and we got an unlimited division. Tumua Masani Ai. Woo, big bro. Come on, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Koa. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lisa Machado. Also going to be helping us with Papana. So if you know of any kids, or if you have kids or grandkids that want to play football for Lihui, awesome program. I started off in Lihui as a junior Pee Wee coach, became the league, the association president, then I became the league commissioner, then I became the league president, then I went on to be the regional director of Pop Warner. I don't say that to brag, I just say that because I believe so much in the Pop Warner program, and it's just so exciting that I'm back on the field with the Mighty Mice, the little ones. I cannot wait. The season officially starts tomorrow. So if in fact you folks know of kids from the ages of 6, I think flag may even start at 5 up until, I can't remember the unlimited. If you have a kid that's interested in football, get them to the Isenberg Field tomorrow at 4:30, or call me or send me a message. Beatles is on. Beatles is on. Everybody, Beatles is on. Welcome, Beatles. Stan Kua. I love it. I love it. Oh, God, we got some good people on here. Matt Lewis, Richie Ogata, Cheryl Morita. Yee-hoo! You are good for the job and you have the capacity. We need someone like you with your skill set, personality. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you very much. Beatles is watching, Mel. I know the scales are fixed, Beatles. The scales are fixed. You know, I gotta believe, that this Facebook Live had something to do with it. I think, people watch this show. People watch this show, maybe not when it's live, but they watch this show. Members of the administration watch this show, and they see Beatles every week ask or tell me that the scales are still broken. So I love it. Thank you, all of you, for participating. The scale is fixed. Awesome. You know, last week there was a anyway, let me just finish up. Lihue Papuana, if you live outside of Lihue, every district has a Papuana program. Get your kids out. Great program. We have a scholastics program that ensures your kid does well in school. We also offer tutors and assistance with the kids. So please, if you have kids, football is a great thing. The rules are changed this year for the little ones, making it a lot safer to prevent concussions. So again, if you know of any kids or grandkids that want to play football, let me know. Send me a message on Facebook. I'll hook you up with the right people so you can get registered and start participating. Debbie, Shan, Yvonne, Ke aloha, 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 aloha. Yeah, so anyway, last week, sitting here, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I was sitting here. Oh, in fact, it was last week. And I got a call from the mayor asking me to join him down at his rotunda. He was doing a meeting for the protectors of the TMT project. And so I got to meet him. I went down and we had a nice little chat. And he said that, oh, sometimes he just wants to jump on my Facebook Live. I said, please do jump on and you can participate. I even offered, and this may happen soon, we'll do a Facebook Live from his office, and we'll set the camera so you can see both of us and we can have an awesome conversation. So, so bottom line is, you know, a lot of people watch this show. We get over 1,000 views a week. And, you know, if our show helps move projects forward, then we've done our job. Romy, Rachel, aloha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome, Stan. You know, I love kids, man. I love kids. And one of the biggest voids I had, you know, as much as I loved it, I couldn't commit. I could not commit to the coaching duties or to the administrative duties of Pop Warner while I was a council chair. It's just difficult because I don't want to just show up. I want to be active and I want to be part of it. But I can tell you, what, 1 week so far with the kids doing speed and quickness, it just amazing. And Patsy's back as the team mom. We got a few of the old timers, Katie Hooney, Lisa Machado, that has expressed interest. I think are going to join us again, and it'll be just like old times for Louis Pop Warner. So it's cool. It gives us a whole different perspective. You know, when we're looking at the 5 and the 6 and the 7-year-olds and 8-year-old, 9-year-olds, we have an opportunity to mold these children to be really good citizens, to teach them a work ethic, discipline, responsibility, and that's what coaching does, and that's what youth sports does. And I'm so glad to be back. I'm so happy to be back with an awesome staff, and so it's going to be fun. Yes, Charlie, I think it's in the DNA. I always said this for many years. You know, once you start, and many of you here on this call know this. Once you start volunteering, it's almost like a drug addiction that you cannot stop, because the rewards are not financial. No, in fact, it costs money to volunteer. It costs money to work with the community, because you find yourself, you know, not just your time, but what you're buying for the kids, or, you know, the treats. Patsy, you know, she makes your cookies or whatever it is. But yet the rewards, 20 years ago, like I coached Special Olympics 20 years ago, actually probably closer to 30 years ago. And those kids today are all adults, and they still remember. And it's so, I tell you, it is a feeling, many of you know this, it's a feeling that is much greater than money. And I know you folks, many of you know that. Love KPL, absolutely. We just finished the KPL season last week Saturday. I referee the flag, and it is amazing. Brenda, Ikemoto, Barbara, thank you. Sherry, Manoy, how you guys doing? So excited to be back on the field. Lisa, aloha. Lisa, sorry about your dad. So sorry about you. I just saw that in the paper. Condolences and prayers out. I love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Fills your core when you give. Absolutely. That's a great way of putting it. It just makes you forget about the hustle and bustle of the real world, and you focus your attention on the kids, and it's just a good feeling. Just a super duper duper good feeling. Hey Barbara, hi, 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 hi. All right, let me get back to my notes. Who's going to do the commentating of the games? You are the best. Whoo, boy, you're gonna make me blush, Stan. You're gonna make me blush. I don't know who's doing the commentating, the KIF. I have no clue. Um, we're always available. I love doing it. It's just it's fun to do that as well. I hope I get the call, but I'm not sure. What is your take on EGA stopping cultural practices on Mauna Kea? Okay, we're gonna get down to that real quick. Let me just go back to my notes here, so sometimes I get carried away over here. No, come on now. All right, real quick on the storms. The storm, Hurricane Eric, is supposedly weakening, and they're saying it should be a tropical storm by Thursday, but it'll be far south of our island chain, so we should be okay. The problem is with Flossie. Flossie is hitting directly for the Big Island, and it's expected to strengthen up by the end of this week, and it will. They said it'll more than likely be a tropical storm by Monday or Tuesday, which is when it is expected to make landfall on the Big Island. But we don't know, and you guys all know hurricanes can change at any time. So just be prepared. And prayers go out to all of us throughout the island, but really for the people on the Big Island who is going to get the brunt of it. And we took the blow for the state twice with Eva and Iniki, but we have had many storms hit our way, and thanks to the Big Island and their beautiful mountains up there that broke up the storms over the years. So we just want to pray out there, send a prayer out to the Big Island and to the rest of the state that let's get Flossie out of here and or weaken to a point where there's no problems for our state. Mauna Loa will tear it apart. Yeah, I mean, and that's what those mountains on the Big Island do for us. So you stay safe, my brother Brian, up there living on the Big Island, and all of you on the Big Island, and again to the rest of the state, because we know how volatile and how unpredictable hurricanes are. We've seen it. We've seen it in Iniki. You remember Iniki, far south. We had forgotten about Iniki. Then he decided to make that right-hand turn and whack us square in the Kundingi. So, we can never underestimate these things. Regardless of what the forecasters say, just be prepared. Hey, Mike, Kevin, David, aloha, you guys. Thank you for joining us. All right. Okay, TMT update. Ivan, here we go. We all know the governor canceled the emergency declaration. He said that, I watched his press conference yesterday. He said that, there was no longer a threat. Not that there ever was one. Everything up there has been nothing but peaceful. And but he did the right thing. He did the right thing by canceling the declaration. He's going to continue. The law enforcement will continue to remain up on the mountain to make sure everything stays safe. But as far as the emergency declaration, that's no longer in place. So that was the right thing to do. I think when the governor came out and issued the emergency declaration, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if it was done with any kind of malice, but the reality, those declarations, that authority to declare a state emergency is a very exclusive power, and yet it's typically used with storms or catastrophes and things like that. So in this case, maybe he jumped the gun, but the bottom line is he recalled it, and it's no longer in place. I don't think that the grounds were present to issue the declaration, but nonetheless, it was issued, and it was rescinded yesterday. Mahalo nui Mel, public safety on high alert. Eric Flossie state canoe race, Eva Kauai Napali challenge all this weekend. Yeah, we got a lot of events coming up this weekend, And sorry if I bounce back and forth, but I want to address the comments as they come in. Francine, Mel, aloha, and Joanne, and Michael Cox, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that has been rescinded. The DLNR extended the construction deadline. You see, when the permits were granted, they had deadlines for permits. Now those construction deadlines were set to expire in 60 days. What the governor said was because that they are acting in good faith and they are not being allowed to initiate construction, that they had no choice. They had no choice but to extend the permits, and they have to, or else we'll get sued. So I don't know where this is going to go. And you all know my position, and I know some of you on this session disagree, and that's fine. Okay, what I don't want to, starting to see some of the personal attacks on Facebook. That's not necessary. You know, we each have opinions. We each have, you know, for whatever reason, we have our own opinions on issues, and we should be allowed to express our opinions without being nasty and hurtful. So I hope and I pray that the TMT will come to a point where they are going to realize that operating on the Big Island is going to be costly. It's just going to be a problem for the construction to be done. And even if they're allowed to start the construction, they're still going to have to deal with a segment of the community that doesn't want them there. So I mean, I think it's something that the TMT is going to have to determine. At the end of the day, they are permitted to construct. And at some point, if they don't decide to move and relocate, then the government will have to open that road and will have to allow them to proceed. And that is where it's going to get ugly. And I hope that some agreements can be made. I hope at the end of the day, there's some positive results. Canary Islands said they aren't ready for it. Canary Islands said Hawaii is still the best place. Well, many of the professionals believe Mauna Kea is the best place. I believe it is the best place for the scientific purpose or the scientific reason. The cultural part, I think, is the problem, not so much the science part. But I just did read today, in fact, I just read today that the Canary Islands are very excited. Okay, here we go again. Due to poor, I'm not on wireless. Can everybody hear me? Hey, Nicole. Oh man, if you guys can hear me, punch a one again. It's showing me an error that I'm not connected. Somebody punch a one, please. Okay, I'm still on. Okay, I don't know why this thing is telling me that I'm not connected. So anyway, I'm still on apparently. Huh? So anyway, yeah. So yeah, I just read today that the Canary Islands, they are ready and they are willing, and they are hoping that TMT will move. What's the position of everyone on this live? Good question. All you can punch in is for or against TMT on Mauna Kea. That's all you need to post, for or against. It's stalling. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm still getting one. So it looks like you get serious lag. Okay. I don't know if I'm on or not. I hope I'm on. We need to pray for our law enforcement who are doing their jobs. It must be stressful. Absolutely. I feel for the law enforcement. Many of them don't want to be there. Many of them are, they're obviously committed to their jobs. And, I have only aloha for them. And yeah, we need to pray for their safety as well. We'll hold info sessions about TMT, about the facts, both history of the cultural aspect. Anyone interested is welcome. Thanks, Chanel. Nicole, hi. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of ones, so I'm assuming that it's still on. So just don't see what? just I don't see what they need another telescope up there. They have 2 space telescopes that takes away better pictures than any ground-based. Just saying, okay. Against, for, okay, cool. Michael Hinazumi, aloha. It's okay now. Okay, the screen is still telling me that it's trying to reconnect. I'm going to ignore the screen. Okay, here we go. I'm on. Okay, so real quick, for or against. If you're for TMT, just write for. If you're against, just write against. And we'll just watch the comments as they come in. Frank Bejo. Aloha, Frank. Got your daughter on my team, buddy. Awesome athlete. Cannot wait for the season to start. Joy Adric. Aloha. I'm in opposition to the project. Okay. So that's an against. Okay. Carolyn Cardenas. Thank you. So anyway, that's where we at with the TMT. Yes. Okay. Spain just came out. It was an article I just saw. Spain has, as of yesterday, reiterated its support to get TMT to the Canary Islands. So it's going to be an interesting how they go. Against. Okay. Again, hey, there's no need to be mean or nasty. It is just, like I have said, there's a cultural aspect, there's a scientific aspect, and it's really what you believe. And I respect those that believe that science is important. I agree. There are those that believe that, Mauna Kea, someone told me just the other day that it could be that Mauna Kea is sacrificing herself for the advancement of science and the future of our keiki and opportunities. And, I respectfully disagree with that. And the Pope just came out and said that indigenous people, and he wasn't speaking directly about TMT, he was speaking in general, that indigenous people should have the final say on their lands. The Pope chimed in. And I guess that's what I agree. I agree with that. I just believe that the cultural component, the cultural aspect of the TMT on Mauna Kea supersedes, because, and I said this last week, because of the fact that there is an alternative site that could do the job. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Some people on social media are so rude. Absolutely, Francine. I watch the posts. I watch what the comments that are made. Hey, Donna, John, and Mary, thank you. And yeah, it's sad, and that's not necessary. Okay, we can voice our concern, we can voice our opinions, because you know what? There is no right or wrong. It's how you feel. It's how you were raised. It's your set of beliefs, and nothing is wrong with science. Don't get me wrong. Fran, I don't agree with you, but I still love you. Everybody loves Fran. Again, trust me, if every time someone disagreed with me, I kicked them out as a friend, I wouldn't have friends. Spent 14 years on the council, I would have no friends left. There many issues that I have had to vote on upset 50% of the people. But that's the system, the society we live in. Hey, Michael JC, Chantel, Alan, aloha. Where would the future be for anyone if the water table is poisoned by the TMT? I'm against where they are building it, but it would be good for the advancement of space research. Love you too. See, that's how it should be, man. We just it's like if you like spam or you don't like spam. There's no reason to be upset about it. Praying for everyone at Mauna Kea, those for or against, and all law enforcers. God has it all in his hands. Well said, Barbara. Leo, aloha. So yeah, again, just getting back to, this is a very, very hot issue, especially for the Native Hawaiians. And there's Native Hawaiians on both sides of the issue. So it really is, again, it's how you feel personally, and you're entitled to your opinion, and everyone should respect everybody else's opinion. And I hope, I really do, I hope that the TMT will come to their senses and say, this is just not worth it. It's not worth it here. Cost for security, cost for just that operation here in Hawaii is going to be expensive, and it's just not worth the hassles. And that is yet to be seen. We'll see. Hey, Steph and Auntie Millie, aloha, Auntie Millie. We're looking for a scholastics coordinator, by the way. You're welcome to come back and Join the team, girl. All right. So Jason Momoa went up to the Mauna Kea today and did his presented his gift. It was awesome to watch. I mean, it was like purely in the traditional, the cultural fashion. I didn't see if he said anything. I know he spoke at another interview, and he basically said one thing that's not going to happen is that telescope is not going to be built here. I'm not sure. I'm getting problems with this silly computer here. I don't know what the heck it is, but.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Hang on, everybody. Hang on, everybody. Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm real sorry. This thing is telling me that it's trying to reconnect, but
It's okay.
Okay, we're back on. We're back on. Okay. All right. Sacred land, Keakua, take care. You know, again, at the end of the day, that's where it lies, you know, regardless of what God you believe in. Hey, you shaved. Yeah. I had to do an interview today, so I went and shaved. We're having issues here at the house as well. Yeah, it's probably Spectrum. And I tell you, we got some issues, but what do you do? Nowhere else to go. So anyway, Jason Momoa went up there. He showed his support for the protectors. He showed his support for the preservation of the land. Hey, Chrissy, Clifford, thank you guys. And Bruno Mars as well. You know, Bruno did it on social media. He didn't make it to the mountain, but he did it on social media, and you know, basically showing his support for the protectors against the project. But I said a few weeks ago, you know, the world is watching, and as the longer this is prolonged, every day that goes by, more people are learning about it and more people are responding to it on both sides. I just believe that these celebrities, the Momoas and the Mars and the Rocks and Whoopi Goldbergs, the influence that they have, hey, Inoka, aloha, the influence that they have is going to play a role. It's going to build momentum, and it's going to educate and inform a lot of people. And I don't see that kind of representation or that kind of people with celebrity status coming out in support of the TMT project. I don't. In fact, there's many worldwide astronomers that have voiced their concerns and their opposition to sighting that telescope on any lands that aren't supported by the native people. And I think every day that goes by, the momentum grows all over the world. And remember, TMT, Leonardo DiCaprio is in support of the Mauna. Yeah, I don't know of any celebrity, any well-known person that has come out in support of the TMT project. And I don't think you're going to find any, because as the world is watching and doing their research, they understand the importance of native lands, indigenous lands, and sacred lands. I mean, it's very hard to not understand that this land is sacred. And while people have disputed that fact, I have heard personally from Kupuna that have verified that Mauna Kea is a very cultural or sacred site that is used for prayer, that is used for worship. So it's interesting how, again, and as I said many weeks ago, the world is watching. And as more and more of these celebrities come forward, more and more support for the protectors and for Mauna Kea. Kalia, aloha. Nice to see you on the. It's so cool when I see so many of you on this thing. That is just it's just overwhelming. But the TMT conglomerate is made up. It's a multinational consortium of supporters, backers, financiers, that at some point the message is going to get across to these people And they're going to have to make a business decision, because that's what this is. Okay, this is a business. This is not a search for the exploration of space for the betterment of society. Trust me, this is a business. There's billions of dollars in this. And while, hey, Wally, aloha, brother. While many have said this is a temporary telescope, hell no, you can spend $2 billion and then take it down. Again, there's 13 telescopes up on the mountain. I don't know what improvements or what enhancements they've made. I know they've donated money. It's easy to do that. But what benefits to the community? How many locals are working in those 13 telescopes in jobs that meaningful jobs? I don't know. Hey, Gary, aloha. So at some point, the TMT people, this conglomerate, is going to have to make a business decision. Are we going to wait this out with a government that's not willing to move forward on opening the road? Or are we going to start looking at our alternatives? I got to believe that there are discussions right now by the TMT people about option B. Wonder how many taxpayers are willing to pay when TMT sues if they can't go ahead with the project. That is a very good point, Francine, because I would guess that unless TMT pulls out voluntarily, which is probably the only reason they won't, because if they voluntarily leave, then the grounds for a lawsuit is really diminished. If they are forced to leave because the state has failed to grant them the access that they need, then they have grounds for a lawsuit. And I think that's a very valid question. And I don't know what the damages would be, but for me, I think the damage to, and it's hard to say because I don't know what the damages would be, the financial damages. I think we all need is Imiloa is well established for teaching kids. I tell you, one thing that this has done, it has brought the Native Hawaiian community together. Kapu Aloha, which is something I had never heard of prior to this. And we've witnessed it on the mountain. We had the march on Rice Street this past Sunday. All I witnessed at the march was Kapu Aloha. I saw a lot of people at the march that under any other circumstance would be very vocal, rude, but they were, I got to witness, I didn't make it to Mauna Kea yet. I really want to get up to the mountain. But at the march, that's all I witnessed was Kapu Aloha. Whether it was during the march, whether it was after the march on the grounds of the county council building, there was no disrespect. There was no trash talking. It was a true sense of Kapu Aloha. And I, again, lived there all my life and I'd never heard of it. And what a beautiful thing for these. It won't happen anywhere else in this world. It just won't. And so, every cloud has a silver lining. And I think the silver lining in all of this is the fact that the Native Hawaiian communities, all kinds of different organizations, are together practicing Kapu Aloha. And I watch a lot of the Facebook Lives that come on from the mountain. And the cultural practices that's going on, not just with the kupuna, but with the keiki, with the educational component, the cultural practices. I tell you, there's a lot of people learning a heck of a lot about the Hawaiian culture as this thing develops. So a true silver lining. And, I hope this all ends in a very peaceful resolution. But that we're just gonna have to wait and see. How was this project approved when I'm sure Ige knew this would be an issue for many? They went through the process. The problem is the process. I think the problem is the process, and the EIS is arguably flawed. Regina Paval, thank you, thank you, thank you. So again, I've read the audits. I've read all the audits that were done on the UH and the management of the telescope projects up on the Mauna Kea, and it's horrific, terrible mismanagement. So again, when you factor all of that in, how did it did get approved? You cannot blame the TMT for the approval of the permits. They applied, they submitted what they needed to submit, and it was approved. The problem lies in the state and the approval of those permits. That, I think, is where the blame should be. How it happened, why it happened, I obviously cannot answer that question. Hey, Adam, aloha. Aloha. Oh my God, it's 6:21 already. Okay, so I didn't intend to spend that much time on there, but you asked the questions, I answered. Again, let's continue the discussion. Let's be civil. Let's all practice kapu aloha, whether you're Hawaiian or not. What a amazing concept that is just amazing and should be continued. Yeah, Sunday's march was a success. I mean, there's a lot of people. I think the newspaper said 2,500 people. I didn't count. All I know is it was a lot. It was a lot of people, young, old, black, brown, white, yellow. Everybody was there, and it was just nice to see so many people that support the Hawaiian culture. So anyway, we're gonna move on. I'm sure we'll be discussing this next week again. It seems like there's a development every week, so we'll keep you updated as much as we can. Eke waka, aloha. HPD officer got shot yesterday on Oahu, doing his job. Kapu aloha is the highest form of respect, absolutely. So HPD officer doing his job gets shot in the chest, and his hand. His bulletproof vest saves his life. He's in serious condition. He's in the hospital. The suspect gets shot as well. He's in the hospital. Oh, Eke waka, all the way from Arizona. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This guy shoots a cop. He's on parole for attempted murder in another case. Something is wrong with that picture. Our judicial system needs to be fixed. You know, I am disgusted when I hear about criminals being set free because no more cells, no more jails. The jails are crowded. That is not the problem of society. It's not the problem of the police officer trying to do his job. Not the problem of you at home when someone breaks into your house at night when you're sleeping. You know, I don't want to sound compassionless, but if we got to build prisons, we build prisons. How the hell you let a guy who's already been charged with attempted murder, who apparently shot someone else? Hang on, I gotta read the comment. I apologize. I watched the Hawaii County Council where people were able to give their opinions while the Big Island, this past week, there were meetings held at each district. It only had a total of 12 people. Hey, Lanakila. Yeah, I mean, I wish more people would turn out. The guy should have never been released. He shouldn't be walking. Revolving door syndrome. Police must get sick of bringing them. Stacy, aloha, Stacy. You know, he was sentenced to life when he was 18, but he was let out. I was a cop, 12 years. I arrested people, put them in jail, and they were right back out for whatever reason. And while I believe in second chances, while I am a very strong proponent of second chances, you gotta weigh it out. And that officer, Stacy Hoku, aloha, did not or should not have been shot. Did not deserve to be shot. He was doing his job. Aloha, Malia. How do we let a convicted attempted murderer out on parole? I understand jails are full. I understand that people can be rehabilitated. But I have heard too many times where people are being released because no more room in the cells, in the jails. This state spends ridiculous money on ridiculous projects that we should not have a overcrowding system, prison system. Now, having said that, you get busted for a non-violent crime, then I can see being allowed out early to go back to work so you can pay back the people you ripped off. In a crime of violence, especially murder, attempted murder, rape, drug dealing, that you have ruined people's lives, that you have committed multiple crimes. You may have only gotten convicted on a few, but you have been arrested time and time and time again. But due to the wonderful tool of plea bargaining, you were able to get convicted only on one or two. But in essence, they may have been 30 or 40. Trust me, I've seen it with my own eyes. The plea bargains are made. People are accepting these plea bargains so they stay out of jail, so they can continue their reign of terror on the community. That is not acceptable. So if we need more jails, build the damn jails. You want to stimulate the economy? Build more jails and hire more jail guards. A lot of local kids looking for work. The bottom line is it's our job as the government to ensure the safety of our people. And you don't do that by allowing some jackass out early after he already committed an attempted murder so he can go out and shoot a cop. Ed, aloha. John Shadron, another former colleague of mine at KPD. Aloha, Lanakila. Yes. I already know your mind. I know everybody, Lanakila. I didn't know you guys were in Arizona. Damn. Stacy, Cindy, aloha. So when are we going to wake up and understand that some people cannot be rehabilitated? Non-violent criminals that can be rehabilitated don't belong in jail. The guy, contempt of court, serving a sentence, and this guy, an attempted murder, convicted, sentenced to life, and gets to go out and shoot a cop. I hope that cop survives. We pray for that cop. Koloi kapu. Anyway, as you can see, I get a little irritated on certain issues because I know that our cops, all of our cops, I don't care what branch, I don't care what state, whatever, they deserve to be, it's a tough enough job. It's a dangerous job. We got some crazy people. Let the prisoners help build it. Absolutely. See you at lunch tomorrow. Oh, okay, that's for my wife. Hey, Linda. And when they leave for work at night or in the morning, whenever it is, there should be some sense of security that, you know what, there's a good chance they'll be coming home after their shift. And we don't need to increase the odds of the danger by letting scum back on the street. You need more prisons, build them. Take the concrete from the rail and put that in a prison. Build a prison with all that goddamn cement and the rebar and all of that nonsense. Sunny, Kule, aloha. All right, I'm going to move on because we are at 6:29. Sorry if I go a little bit late today. I just want to shout out to Chief Todd Raybuck yesterday, made his 100 days in office. Great guy, very transparent, very community-minded. He has already been accepted as a member of our community, keeps us abreast on Facebook. He's on social media. He showed up at flag football last week, went around, said hello to everybody. I think we scored with this guy. Just want to say thank you, Chief. I don't think he's on now. I'm sure he'll be on later. But I watched his Facebook Live yesterday, And it was just awesome. And that's the kind of guy he is. And I look for really good things out of Kauai Police Department. Hey, Clyde, aloha. He talked about telephone scams, and I'm going to end with this. Yeah, there's just too many right now to go over each one. There's just not enough time. I may have to do a separate session just on scams. Mac and Sweetie, aloha. Listen, you get a phone call from a number that you don't recognize, decline or don't answer. Decline or don't answer. If it's important, they're going to leave a message or they're going to text you. Don't feel like you have to answer every call. I do not answer any calls from any numbers I don't recognize. Hey, Wally, happy belated birthday, Wally Rita. Los Cawayanos. If you need kachi kachi, contact Wally Rita. Hey, Royden. Don't answer calls from numbers you don't know. Especially if it's coming from your own phone number, because they have all these silly tools now that to scam you. So don't answer calls from unknown numbers. Now, if you do, because you don't want to listen, don't ever give your personal information to anybody over the phone. I don't care if it's they say they're from the IRS, from the FBI, from KPD, from the Water Department, from KIUC. Hey, Garrett, Gwendolyn, aloha. Don't give personal information to anyone over the phone. Banks, law enforcement, nobody does that. Nobody uses the telephone to get personal information. So I don't know how better to explain this. Do not answer calls from numbers you don't know, unless you're a business, okay? I get that. If you're a business, yeah, you got to answer the phone. But as soon as you hear a pause, you know it's good, a recording's coming, hang up. Don't even give them the time of day. If you are one that cannot decline a phone or a phone call, or you have to answer, get a whistle, a little brrr, and when the knucklehead comes on and says, hi, whatever your name is, blow the whistle in the phone. You see, the phone, the earpiece is a amplifier. So when you blow the whistle, you will blow that guy's eardrum out. That's what you do. Okay? Blow the whistle into your phone once you hear the human voice. If it's a computer, a recording, don't do it. You're not hurting nobody. But if it's a human and it's a scam call, blow the whistle. Okay? I mean, we got to protect ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. Yesterday, or maybe it was today, Capital One, huge breach. Huge. If you got a Capital One credit card, you need to call them immediately. Equifax, huge data breach. Remember, Equifax is your credit reporting company, and they got hacked. But this Capital One is major. It was just on the news. They don't even know the extent yet, but you need to call Capital One if you have their card, or if you have an account with Capital One. I'm going to hide my numbers, but I have one. You see my patriotic Capital One Platinum. So I called today, and they cannot even tell me if I'm a victim yet. But they're offering all kinds of, hey, you get, it's too late. Nico and I have a pact. If he has to call me from a foreign number, he'll ring 3 different times so that I'll know it's him. Other than that, I don't answer. Again, if you gotta, hey Marlene, take care. If you gotta answer, if you feel compelled like you gotta answer, then answer. But hang up. Don't, and especially for our kupuna, the elderly. These people are good at what they do. They are very convincing, and it's very easy to listen and follow their instructions. So don't tell your kupuna, your grandmas, your aunties, your whatever. Don't engage with them. Don't engage with them. I'll post on my wall tonight, on my page. I'll post the Capital One breach, and I'll post the Equifax breach. Thanks, Malia, for posting that. If everyone can look in your comments, EquifaxBreachSettlement.com. You can go ahead, and if you were impacted by the Equifax, they have settled. They're going to settle, so you're going to get some money. But they're only going to pay you if you were a victim and that there was any losses, financial losses, they're going to pay. Or if you had to go buy monitoring, which leads me to my last point. I don't like to sell things, but I would be remiss if I didn't offer you folks the opportunity to get some protection. You all know that I have been a rep for Legal Shield for this is my 19th year, and we have a service called ID Shield, and ID Shield was rated better than what the heck is that other one that comes on TV all the time? You guys all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you know which one I'm talking about. Hey, Herb. But listen, if you're a single person, $9.95 a month, and you get everything monitored, credit cards, bank accounts, driver's license, medical records, passport, social media. You need to monitor your social media. LifeLock, that's the one, LifeLock. Not Norton. Norton, don't, it's LifeLock is probably the best selling one, but Google LifeLock and look at all the claims they've paid out. And I hate being a salesman. I feel compelled because every one of us are going to be a victim of ID theft sooner or later if you haven't already. So I'm going to post right here my link, www.mplss.com. That is my link. And just click on there's a legal plan and an ID plan, an ID Shield plan. Click on the ID Shield plan, check it out. They monitor. $24.95 covers you, your spouse or significant other, and up to 8 of your kids. All of them on one plan. LifeLock, you add names, you add price, like vehicle insurance. The more drivers you add, the more your premium goes up. $24.95 covers your entire family up to 8 kids. Now, I ain't into selling, but I'm telling you, you need to protect yourself. You cannot wait to become a victim and then call Capital One or call Equifax, submit settlement claims. You need to have the protection now so you get alerted before you're a victim. You can nip it in the bud. And with our program, hey Mike, if you in fact become a victim of identity theft, our licensed certified fraud investigators will do the reinstatement or the replacement of your ID for no charge. There's no way LifeLock can match us. Our price is right, and it covers the entire family. So again, not liking to sell things. I just would be remiss if I didn't at least offer you the opportunity to check it out. Again, mplss.com, and I'm going to do a little special here today. It's $24.95 a month. And it covers you, your wife or significant other, your spouse or significant other, whether you're married or not, whether you're same sex or not, it doesn't matter. We don't care as long as you're a couple, and up to 8 children. Because your kids are very vulnerable, trust me. Elderly, juveniles, and dead people. Because they don't check credit reports. So they are targets. So up to 8 kids, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, you live together, you're covered. But if you enroll, I'm gonna do this because I cannot afford to wait 1 week. If you guys enroll today, actually I'll give you guys till tomorrow. If you enroll by tomorrow, and it's month to month, you can cancel anytime. Don't cancel. You need the protection. I'll give you a $25 gift card. That's just how important this is to me. Yes, I get paid a commission, but I'm giving the commission right back, and I'll cover your first month to try it out. $25 gift card. You tell me where you want it, Walmart, Sears, I don't care. But that's how important I believe this is. So you go to www.mplss.com, check out, there's a legal plan as well, and get it. You need to get it because it's going to cost you a whole lot more if you don't have any protection. All right, we've covered a lot of stuff. We'll be back on Wednesday, 5:30, same time, same place. And don't forget my channel on YouTube, Mel Rapozo. Subscribe so every time we pop a new video up, you get notified. Click the little bell next to subscribe, and you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. You guys, Always fun, always a pleasure. Appreciate you guys. We went 10 minutes over time today. Sorry about that. Appreciate you guys hanging in there. We'll see you guys next week Wednesday. Love you. Bless you. Take care. Aloha.